Chapter 7.
Chapter 7. Make sure the audio is where it needs to be.
The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string.
Let me know if it needs to go up or down, y'all. Actually. Oh, that's enough. Oof.
The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Lucas' house.
We sure do.
After some deliberation, it was decided.
Not that just randomly.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation.
Like that
Rollo
music.
brandished a steely gaze.
That music came in aggressive.
I've got this. Read about it 100 times. Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver.
Situation.
Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver.
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver.
He grabbed the
Missy,
table lamp
welcome
and beamed
to
it
the
onto the
stream.
unconscious face.
Thank you for lurking. We'll be here.
Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the world?
The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who? Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on. Let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweat.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way. Or, well, let's just say I've never needed another way. Okay, let me get back to
Rollo,
this.
hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance. What? What? I don't even.
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You've tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran. Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good
He
Lord!
shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? Magazine publication. It's where
His voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything to do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about the source thing, Kato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Shoopa-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Wow, they are trying to fast forward me through this. This is a dang nice library. Thanks. We work hard on it. Aren't you a little young to be a librarian? Ow! Ah! Kato hung out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on a place for Miss Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet, and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you, Iralo. I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing. We sort of don't know. What do you got on the history of the town? There's the county record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great. We'll start there. Oh, wow, yeah. We have to keep digging. I think I'm good. I think we're good now. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rollo Carter lived a full and wonderful life, till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a country record. Really? That's the best you got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just like...
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name, Beck? In the obit, J. Hartford. From the Brookfield Tribune 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my grand's name, Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were two J. Hartfords? Mrs. Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your grand is 6 feet under 3 towns over, then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
Bong! All right, gang, I gotta close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something. I forgot that there was that unconscious person in the basement.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet.
Bruh, like, who are you living with?
And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business.
Yeah?
Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
So Gran just gonna be...
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep.
There's a stranger in my house. Took a while to figure out. You aren't who you say you are. Gotta be someone else. She wouldn't sleep like that. And she wouldn't scold the way you do. Sorry.
His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
All right, let's go check on Mr. Tolliver in the basement. Y'all think he's downstairs still, or you think he's gone? Hey, Jesus! Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Which means we're gonna have to start the chapter over. Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace?
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned.
Not you being hungry when your life is on the line.
Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Yeah, I guess a good mystery will do it. Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
Is that even jam? I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed.
He flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Okay, now I can think. So, if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing was wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Not go to sleep. Jesus! Lord! Gran? Okay. Stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter.
The jam. He ate the jam that wasn't for him. Now he poisoned himself.
He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself.
Look at him.
Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps. You ain't tainted oh,
Luca
Jesus.
groaned and tried to move.
You ain't tainted jelly, boy.
His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground.
Ooh, I know that feeling.
Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The drum. Not you checking off go to sleep. That's not what Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Body drag, body drag, body drag. Rest now and let me handle everything.
Chapter 9.
We zooming through these chapters kind of fast tonight. I don't like this.
Speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow.
Hey, yo!
Why would Gran drug him?
Oh, no!
Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
Those are the questions that need answers. And what was
Shaking the
what's she
questions from his woozy
what's she
head,
drugging with?
Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival. I'm late. I'm late. Shoop, 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 shoop. Late. Wait, bro, we not gonna change? That's okay. When you late, you're late. Where have you been? Graham put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed? Put me to sleep. Whoa. Ho, ho. Sly devil. What? I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreed is loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. Oh God, I don't like how this is going.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Ahem. Is this thing? Hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Yes, before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Yes. Yes, delightful. Even that's more than the old codger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right. Where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
All right, here we go. Gus Valentine, everyone!
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor! What a great turnout! Aw, heck, I didn't even prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. Would be ashamed to waste such a beautiful podium. Pure foolishness is happening tonight, Missy. Community. Hold on. There we go. Community. Conviction. Commitment. These are the things we celebrate at the perennial harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Hey! Change! Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, hey, and undeniable. Wait, what's this one? Shoot! That's the one I'm looking for. In a rough couple weeks? I'm sorry to hear that, Sweet. But hopefully, as time progresses, things get better for you and, put you in a place where you can, feel like you made it to the end of that tunnel of rough heartache and sorrow. And I am daggum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all here today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
Ah, you know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I set foot in Beacon Towns, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. Hey! To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special?
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment. Change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip.
Look to your neighbor and say, change.
The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. And Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will be all making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish when 2 or 3 are touching on something together. Just imagine. Sorry. Oh, wait a minute. That is not. What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry. A little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town. And so it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim.
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
Harvest! Away!
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end.
Why? We don't know anything about him.
On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time.
Oh, that makes sense.
The end.